see if I can beat my score from 2022.
When you did it, were you happy with the score, or do you feel like there's room for something?
I think I was happy, but I remember that I wanted to go sub 5. I think I just over 5. But I mean, most of it was pretty good. It was just a little long rest on before the bar muscle up and between the sets of bar muscle up.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
On the women's side, look at 10th place. Age is just a number.
You know, I love to see Kristin Holte, 8-time CrossFit Games veteran, her first appearance in 2014. So over a decade ago, to still see her hanging in the top 10, I just love it.
So we have workout 25.3, and it's a long kind of chipper style workout where we have rowing, some barbell cycling with deadlift, power cleans and power snatches, and we also have wall walks in between each movement. And because we have kind of semi-heavy or light barbell cycling and we have a high skill gymnastic movement, this workout will depend a lot on what kind of level you're on. So to give you kind of as specific tips as possible, I think it's good for us to talk about different levels. So if we're talking about level 3, that's going to be where Kristin is at. If you want to finish like within the top in the world, usually below like 12 or 13 minutes. If you're a level 2 athlete, your goal is to make the time cap, so somewhere between like 13 minutes and the 20-minute cap. And if you're a level 1, that's going to be if you know that you're not going to make the time cap and you just want to get as far as possible. So how did it feel for you, Kristin?
This was, it was a good workout. It got pretty hard in the end, but I think it was fun because it shifted so much. Like you had to focus on the station that you were at. And I think for this workout, it's all about being efficient in every single movement. Try to use as little energy as possible and make it as effortless as possible. I try to be fast, but not like super fast on the wall walks. The first row was just about getting through without losing too many seconds. And then for the barbell cycling, for me, I like to do a little bigger set in the beginning. So I did that on the deadlift. That was touch and go, but I split it into 4 sets, I think. For the cleans, I think I started with a single, but then I did a few touch and goes, like 2 reps, 3 reps, just to mix it up in my head, because then I got a little further ahead compared to just doing singles. But that was for me just picking up the barbell right away, even though I did singles or I did 2 or 3. So I think you have to know your strength and weaknesses and kind of push where you are strong and try to be as efficient as possible on everything, of course, but try to not lose any seconds more than you have to on the things that are not your strengths.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that you did really well is when you get back to the rower, don't pace it for you to be able to sprint at the finish. It's better to kind of dare to go out pretty hard on the last 50 cals and then just hang on. And if you lose a little bit of pace, the average pace might still be a little bit faster than what it is if you save it for the first 30 cals to try to be able to sprint the last 20.
Yeah, and yeah, just to mention, the last row, it was tough. You have to dig deep, but it's not too long, so you just have to, I just closed my eyes and try to dig as deep as possible, and it's good to finish with that because you know, like, okay, that was everything I had, and to be happy with that.
Yeah, so dare to go fast at the beginning of the last row and prepare to suffer.
Yeah.
So if you're more of a level 2 athlete and your goal is to maybe just barely make the time cap or get somewhere closer to 15 minutes, then this is a workout that you will have to pace a little bit. Don't rush the first row too much, and then for the wall walks, just working steadily through. You will be able to take a couple of breaths between each rep and still make the time cap. So don't sprint them, don't rush them. I think both you and Joachim felt a little bit of shoulder fatigue, and if you're not a high-level athlete, that shoulder fatigue might affect the later rounds of the wall walk.
I think for the wall walk, it's especially important to get your head through before you start walking, just to save your shoulders as much as possible.
Yeah, and we'll put a video of the wall walk technique at the end of this thing. And you should watch that to get some specific tips on the wall walk technique to save your shoulders. And then for the barbell cycling, for the deadlift, if you're going to make the time cap, you should be able to do some touch and go and just utilize some of that bounce within what's allowed. But then both on the cleans and on the snatch, you should be prepared to do singles. Don't rush them, just a steady pace, same pace for all the 25 reps. Don't try to do the first 10 super fast and then fall off the pace at the last 15 reps, just steady working through. And then the same thing on the row, be prepared to suffer on the last row. And then if you are a level 1 athlete and your goal is to get as far as possible within the time cap, I think for some athletes the cap here is going to be super tight. Just find a steady pace on the rower, maybe set a schedule for the wall walk, so maybe watch the timer or have a friend tell you like every 10 seconds or something like that, do 1 wall walk just to save your shoulders, because it is 25 wall walks in total. And if you get it that far, you will definitely feel the last couple of sets on the wall walk. So not rushing the first few sets of the wall walk is going to be smart. And then on the deadlift, you can kind of feel out for yourself if you want to do some touch and goes or do just singles. But you need to remember that there's 100 calories row, which is going to fatigue your lower back and your posterior chain. And then you have 75 reps of pulling from the floor with both the deadlift, the power cleans, and the snatch, just taxing the same muscles. So same thing on the deadlift as on the wall walk, just steady pace, not rushing it. And then definitely, if you know that you're not going to make the time cap, there's no reason trying to go touch and go on the cleans or on the snatches. But then the same thing will hold true for the row. If you get there and there's just a little amount of time left, be prepared to give it your all to get as far as possible.
It is a good workout to finish the open with. You get to try several different movements, and it's a fun challenge, so have fun with it. Good luck, and see you on the leaderboard.